In this video, we will look at some of the characteristics of covalent bonds. The supporting topics that you'll want to have checked out before watching this video are covalent and ionic compounds, so that you are understanding, hey, this is what a covalent compound is, and this is what an ionic compound is. So, in a covalent bond, we have two nonmetals. There are no ions present. This is sometimes confusing to folks because they think ions should be present in everything, and they're only present in an ionic compound. So covalent compounds, two nonmetals, no ions, and the electrons are shared between the two nuclei that are involved in the bond. So basically you can think about this nucleus and this nucleus, and they've got some electrons, and they're sharing them. So these are collectively making up the bond. An ionic bond, on the other hand, you have a metal and a nonmetal, and the metal loses electrons to form a cation, to form a positively charged ion. That's what cation tells us. And the nonmetal gains electrons to form an anion, which is a negative ion. The electrons are leaving the metal and completely going over to the nonmetal, so no sharing here in ionic bonds. It's completely, somebody has, here's my nucleus, all of the electrons over here, and this one over here has lost their valence electrons. They have core electrons, but they don't have their valence electrons. Covalent compounds are often called molecular compounds since their base unit is the molecule. This is different than an ionic compound. Ionic compounds actually are sheets of ions laid next to each other, so we don't have a nice discrete bundle of atoms that we can call a molecule. If the covalent compound dissolves in water, the solution that it makes is going to be non-conducting. In order to have a conducting solution, you have to have ions formed in the water, and since covalent compounds don't have ions, when you put them into water, they don't form conducting solution. One covalent bond is equal to one pair of electrons, and you can also have double bonds and triple bonds. In those cases, your double bond will have 4 electrons, and your triple bond will have 6 electrons.